Hello staff and students. Today I will be addressing the issue of cooperative learning. Students, are you one of those that walks into class and sees those cooperative learning materials set up all over your desk and goes, yes, I can't wait to learn in groups, it really helps me? Or are you one of those that sees those materials and just goes, no, I don't want to have to deal with people, I want to work by myself, and I don't want to have to work in groups? Or are you a teacher, and let's say you have a cooperative learning activity scheduled for next week? Do you just sit there the whole week before and think of how horrible it's going to go? Or are you so excited because it's going to bring a whole new light and energy to your classroom? Well, whether you're a fan of cooperative learning or not, today I'm going to show you that there are both pros and cons to it, whether you're a teacher or a student. Let's begin with the benefits for students. Students, cooperative learning can help you in so many ways that you aren't even aware of yet. Let's say, for example, you didn't quite hear the teacher give instructions, so instead of having to raise your hand, interrupt the whole class, you can just turn to your neighbor and ask them what's going on. Next, let's say you don't know an answer to a problem. You can collaborate with your group mates to reach the correct answer. Also, what if you get an answer, but it's not too great? Your group members will push you to get the answer to the next level. As Kagan.com says, over 500 studies have been conducted on cooperative learning that have reaped positive results. This just goes to show that cooperative learning can work. Next, let's examine the negative effects of cooperative learning for students. As Kathy Middlecamp says, not all students pull their weight while participating in cooperative learning activities. I, for one, know that. I, as a student, have been in that situation where my fellow classmates just want to gossip the whole time and leave me to do all the work by myself. In that situation, cooperative learning fails. No one learns when that goes on. Next, Marion Matthews says in her article that gifted students aren't real big fans of cooperative learning for several reasons. One, they feel that class goes too slow. Two, like I said, other group mates just kind of copy off of them. And next, they feel that they can't reach their full academic potential because the people they're working with aren't on the same level as them. So as there are many positive aspects of cooperative learning for students, there are also many negative aspects of it too. But now, let's examine the teacher side of it. Let's begin with the benefits for teachers. And as many of you may not want to admit it, teachers, there are many beneficial aspects of cooperative learning for your classroom. Let's begin with how collegesengage.com says that it can prove as an aid to classroom management and instruction. This means since usually in cooperative learning, your students are in small groups, it is easier to teach them and to control them. As teacher Rob Franks says, cooperative learning helps students pay more attention in his class. He notices that his attendance rates go up. He notices that his students come up with more innovative solutions to problems than they did on their own, and they just enjoy themselves more. I mean, don't you want a positive environment in your classroom? Next, just as there are positive aspects to it, there are many negative aspects to it as well. As Rob Franks also says, it keeps you on your toes. I mean, behavior by students isn't always perfect. Next, coming up with materials for the labs is very hard when you're short on time. It frustrates some students, and not all parents are on board with it. As Kagan.com also says, if your principal isn't aware of what you're doing, or if your neighboring teacher isn't aware of what you're doing, if they walk in and you're playing games, they might not think it's cooperative learning. They might just think you're messing around. So, in these situations, cooperative learning can go badly. So all in all, there's a little bit of good to cooperative learning and a little bit of bad to it. It is neither totally good or totally bad. So as I said earlier, there are both pros and cons to cooperative learning, whether you're a teacher or a student. Thank you.